This is the Supine Cross-Connect from Bill Hartman PT. What we're going to do here is get a foam roller up against the wall, and we're going to get our feet resting on it to start with a little bit of knee bend. I'd say about 10 to 20% depending on how comfortable you are, how effectively you can find the foot contacts that we're looking for. So we're going to start with one foot. Usually it's going to be the right foot on the wall, so let's start with that. And we're going to pull the left knee back to about 90 degrees of hip flexion right here. We don't want to go beyond that. Right about here is where we want to be, with the knee pointing directly up at the ceiling. On the right side, we need to find the proper foot contacts. And that means that we're going to feel the inner heel and the first metatarsal head. That's going to be, I'll use Trevor's foot because you can more easily see it there, right here, and the inner heel. So not the big toe, but just under it and here. That doesn't mean we lose the outside edge of our foot. That means that we're just focused on pushing there very gently, maybe about a 2 or 3 out of 10. It's much less than you think. And as we push, we're not going to feel a lot of muscular activation, but you might feel a tiny bit of glute, and that's okay. We don't want to feel too much excessive compression of our backside of our pelvis. Now what we're going to do is make sure that we feel the proper contact of our back on the ground. What Trevor should feel is his PSIS, his posterior superior iliac spine, on his left side, or the side of the leg that's pulled back right here. Everyone has this, which is the back upper portion of the pelvis right in here. You can feel it on yourself, and we'll show an image of what it should look like and exactly where it is. You might want to palpate that on yourself to know exactly what it should feel like, but that part of your back should be going into the ground as a result of the position and the push from the right side. Okay, once we have that, we're going to take the opposite side arm, that would be the right arm, and we're going to reach it directly up towards the ceiling with the elbow. Perfect, just like that. You're not going to overreach, it's just a very gentle reach towards the ceiling. In case you haven't noticed, very gentle effort is key here on this exercise. And now all he's going to do is breathe in through his nose, out through his mouth. About a 5-second soft exhale, keeping his mouth nice and open, sighing the air out. And at 3 to 5 seconds, silent inhale through his nose. The most common mistakes on this exercise have a lot to do with trying to find the right things too much, meaning that it's too much effort. So in an attempt to find that left PSIS, a lot of people are going to try to roll on their left side, and that means that they lose their right low back on the ground. So make sure that they keep their low back on the ground on both sides. It's just that relatively more of that PSIS is going to be felt on the side of the knee where it's pulled back. And they're going to push too hard into that wall right there, and that's going to cause them to lock out their knee. That's not what we want. Gentle. And then the other thing with the right arm, or whatever side's reaching, we want to make sure that is not shrugging and it's just straight up at the ceiling, getting a little bit of protraction, as we call it, of the shoulder.